Osibisa is a Ghanaian Afro-pop band, founded in London in 1969 by 4 expatriate African and 3 Caribbean musicians. Osibisa were one of the first African heritage bands to become widely popular and linked with the world music description. History: in Ghana in the 1950s, Teddy Osai, Soul Amafio, Maman Sharif, and Farhan Frida played in a high-life band called the Stargazers. They left to form the Comets, with Osai's brother Mac Tonto on trumpet, and scored a hit in West Africa with their 1958 song Pete Pete. In 1962 Osai moved to London to study music on a scholarship from the Ghanaian government. In 1964 he formed Cat's Paw, an early world music band that combined high life, rock, and soul. In 1969 he persuaded Amafio and Tonto to join him in London, and Osibisa was born. Joining them in the first incarnation were Grenadian Spartacus Ra, Trinidadian Robert Bailey, Antiguan Wendell Richardson, and Nigerians Fred Coker and Lasisi Amao. Their music is a fusion of African, Caribbean, jazz, rock, Latin, and R&B. The band spent much of the 1970s touring the world, playing to large audiences in Japan, Australia, India, and Africa. During this time Paul Golly and Ghanaians Daku Adams Potato and Key Jan were also members of the band. In 1980 Osibisa performed at a special Zimbabwean independence celebration, and in 1983 were filmed on stage at the Marquee Club in London. Changes in the music industry however meant declining sales for the band, and a series of label changes resulted. The band returned to Ghana to set up a recording studio and theatre complex to help younger high-life musicians. In the 1990s their music was widely anthologized in many collections, most of them paying no royalties whatsoever to the band. In 1996 Osai reformed the band, and many of their past releases began coming out on CD. The band remains active in 2009, although Osai has cut back his touring schedule due to the effects of a stroke. Osibisa had an energetic performance in India, at the November Fest 2010 on 282,010 at the Corporation Kala Arangam in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. The name Osibisa was described by the band members as meaning crisscross rhythms that explode with happiness, but it actually comes from Osibisa, the Fanti word for high life. Their style influenced many of the emerging African musicians of the time and even now, as ace Ghanaian hip-hop music producer Hammer of the Last Two stated that his debut production, Obrafour's Paymika album, the highest-selling hip-life album to date, was inspired by a single song by Osibisa. He also had the chance to work with Key Jan a few days before his death. The group used to live in Buck Lane, Kingsbury, northwest London, and the drummer Frank Tonto is the son of the band. Album covers: their first 2 albums featured artwork by famed progressive rock artist Roger Dean, depicting flying elephants which became the symbol for the band. The third album, Heads, features a cover by Marty Clarwain, famed for his covers for Santana and Miles Davis. Ozabaroque features Negro Attacked by a Jaguar by Henri Rousseau. Playing on the original Flying Elephants theme, the Ultimate Collection set features elephants with tank turrets for heads. In 2009, their OCE album featured the flying elephants once more, this time painted by Fraser Dean. Roger Dean's logo for the band continues to be used on every release. Musicians: saxophone Euro Teddy Osai, trumpet Euro Colin Graham, percussion, congas Euro Kofi Abel, Nii Tago, Daku Potato, drums Euro Soul Amafio, KB, Frank Tonto, keyboards Euro Bessa Simons, Kwame Bar, Chris Jerome, Emmanuel Rentzos, Errol Reed, guitars Euro Kari Ban Nerman, Greg Kofi Brown, Wendell Richardson, Tony Atoria, bass guitar Euro Spartacus and later Frederick Coker, Victor Mensah, Herman Azafo, Greg Kofi Brown, vocals Euro Greg Kofi Brown, Teddy Osai, Emmanuel Rentzos, Wendell Richardson and all on BVs, tour manager Mick Tresnan also known as Mick T. Lineups: the original lineup consisted of Teddy Osai, Mac Tonto, Soul Amafio, all 3 from Ghana, Lauti Lasisi Amao, from Nigeria, Robert Bailey, from Trinidad, Spartacus R, from Grenada, and Wendell Richardson, and together they were also known as the Beautiful Seven. The first to exit officially was Spartacus R, who was replaced numerous times by once the bassist of the group called Osibisa and a few times by Gene Manding and others. Amau left and was replaced by Kofi Abel, who was replaced by Potato but returned to the group later. Richardson left in 1972 and returned in 1975 and henceforth Welcome Home and Sunshine Day. Bailey was replaced by Key Gyan before Sunshine Day release. Richardson was replaced a few times by the likes of Guitar Wizard, Kari Van Nerman. Black Welsh guitarist Tony Atoria, who had a hit in 1977 with I Can Prove It, joined on guitar in the early 80s. Discography, albums, 1971, Osibisa, 1971, Woyea, 1972, Heads, 1973, Superfly TNT Soundtrack, 1973, Happy Children, 1974, Oza Baroque, 1975, Welcome Home, 1976, Oja Wake, 1977, Black Magic Night, Live at the Royal Festival Hall, 1980, Mystic Energy, 1981, African Flight, 1983, Unleashed, 1984, Live at the Marquee, 1989, Movements, 1990, African Criss-Cross, 1992, Africa We Go-Go, 1992, Uru, 1992, The Warrior, 1992, Alaiko. Beer, 1992, Jambo, 1997, Monzor, 1998, Live at Kripradi, 2001, also known as Kakra, 2003, African Dawn, African Flight, 2004, Wango Wango, 2005, Blue Black Night, 2009, OCE. Note: although the title of the second album is conventionally spelled Woyea, the actual title is W-Yea, Compilations, 1972, Spirits Up Above, 1973, Best of Osibisa, 1992, Gold, 1992, Celebration, The Best of Osibisa, 1992, Criss-Cross Rhythms, 1994, The Very Best of Osibisa, 1997, Hot Flashback Volume 1, 1997, Sunshine Day, The Very Best of Osibisa, 1997, The Ultimate Collection, 1999, The Best of Osibisa, 2001, Best of E1, 2001, The Very Best of Osibisa, 2002, Millennium Collection, 2002, Best of Osibisa, 2008, Selected Works, 2008, Sunshine Day, The Hits, 2009, The Very Best of Osibisa, Contributing Artist, 2013, The Rough Guide to African Disco, Singles, 1971 Music for Gong Gong, 1972 Wango. Wango, 1972 Honor Bowan, 1972 Move On, 1973 Prophets, 1973 Happy Children, 1974 Adwa, 1974, Who's Got the Paper, 1975 The Warrior, 1975 Sunshine Day, 1976 Black Ant, 1976 Dance the Body Music, 1976 The Coffee Song, 1977 The Warrior, 1977 Blackout, 1978 Living Loving Feeling, 1980 Jumbo, 1980 Celebration, 1980 Orba, 1980 I Feel Pata Pata, 1982 Move Your Body, 1985 Wooly Bully, 1996 Sunshine Day, 1997 Dance the Body Music, 1999 Survival, Video, 1983, Warrior, 2003, Osibisa, Live, Road Crew, John Cleary, Don Kingswell, Paul Carter, Nigel Hudson, Graham Wright, Literature, Charles Aniagolu, Osibisa, Living in the State of Happy Vibes and Criss-Cross Rhythms. Victoria, Trafford Publishing, 2004, ISBN 1-4120-2106-5. Bridget Tast, Hans Jar 1/4 GN Tasta Euro Bebop, Die Wilhelm Shaw Paragraph EROCKT. Disco und Konzert in der Haar Paragraph Leverlag Gebra 1/4 Degstenberg GmbH and Company KG, Hildesheim, ISBN 978-3-8067-8589-0. References. External links: Osibisa, official website, Live Osibisa Reviews.